is my documental process preemptively harming the thing? So this esoteric title, we will get to that in a couple of minutes. But first, I wanted to give the context within which this title has arisen, maybe, or this thought has arisen. And it is this video. This is a podcast by Serene Desiree, where she interviews Visa Camberasamy, someone that has been featured extensively in my channel. And in this fragment, he mentions something that I related to a lot.
One detail I always remember these days is before I got my job working in marketing, I wanted to be a flight steward when I was like 20. I wanted to fly around the world and then write in cafes and stuff. And about 3 years, 4 years into my career as a marketing guy, I completely forgot that I was once most excited about being a flight steward. And re-encountering my own writing, like, oh, I'm so excited for this thing. And it didn't work out. And then I forgot about it. It just kind of reopens, it re-enchants the world, right? Like, oh, what?
Yeah, I thought this was an interesting feeling. Let's continue actually with the how it ends.
I think and feel about who I am and what I do is actually this very narrow slice of the totality of my being. And that must be true for everyone else, and it must be true for everything. And so it's once you, so I think a tweet I have somewhere is like, journaling lets you jailbreak, like escape from the prison of like your short-term memory, of your sub-vocalizations, meaning like the thoughts that you have in your short-term memory. And it just lets you see how much more wide and expansive life can be.
Yeah, I think this is enough, right? And he, as you say, he mentions it in this context of journaling, right? To him, and also to me in a certain way, we will see how it doesn't exactly feel like that 100%, but yeah, I do relate to that sense of like, I actually forgot that I was feeling like that at that period of time. And that is interesting. And the way that he shows that the way that he realized it was with his journaling process, right? And the thing is that, and I think he must relate to it in some way because his writing also is somewhat like this, but not exactly. But yeah, the thing is that how he relates it in this video, right? The thing is that he expresses a lot of excitement about being a steward, right? That's how it comes across when he mentions it, right? Basically, so he was documenting, I guess, in his journaling, he was documenting the excitement as is, right? So you can imagine the journal entry. I could probably look it up, actually. Yeah, actually, here it is, right? Post from 2013, 11 years ago. I also need a job. I'm going to be trying for SIA cabin crew. The interview is on January 26th. Sorry. I really hope I pass the test and get selected because it would be all kinds of awesome for me. I would be able to read and write like crazy and see the world and meet friends living overseas, and it would be just super fantastic. I hope really, really hard that it works out. I'm going to do my research about how it works and make sure I'm the most well-informed son of a bitch who shows up there. Right? So that's interesting. He was, in this writing process, he was, in a sense, documenting just how excited he was about how this would make his plans bigger, blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting because he's excited about it. And I think that in my case, because I'm already, I guess, conscious of this documenting process in a sense, in many of my videos, I kind of already express some meta-doubts of logging the thing, right? So preemptively kind of knowing that it may be one of those things that falls through, that I will inevitably forget that I'm doing. And the vibe is there somehow. For example, this video, day in my life of my unemployed ass, 11 months ago. In this video, I think that in this video, kind of the vibe there is something like, I'm documenting this because I will forget how it was when it was like this, right? How it was when I was unemployed. That was kind of the vibe with which I made the video, right? It was kind of like, this is just some transient state that will end. and I wanted to document or whatever. And I guess it's true, right? It was like that. But I think it makes it less pure, right? I was not, I guess, excited or whatever of documenting this thing. Well, not about documenting this thing or whatever, right? I actually think that the thing that I mentioned is less in this blog, and I have an unpublished, well, an unedited blog that I made when I was doing my end of degree, my end of degree paper. When I was doing that, I made a vlog about it, but I never actually edited and published it because I recorded it in a lot of cameras and all that. And I think that vlog, if I were to edit it, it would be, right, that vlog was kind of made to remind myself of how that period would end, right? It was like, this is literally going to end and I will forget one day how I was kind of anxious or how this was my main preoccupation in my life. And that video was made with that purpose in mind, right? Instead of, for example, because I also have the opposite thing. For example, I have a couple of streams where I was recording job applications to be a test driver. In those videos, I was actually excited about being a test driver, I guess, and there is more of that excitement that Visa shows in the 2013 diary entry, right? But because it's streamed and it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, I can't tell you exactly what was going on. But if I recall correctly, right, and it was like a month ago, the fact that it's being streamed on itself is kind of already vibed in this way of, this will probably fail, but at least it's content, right? It's kind of, I probably not literally say that sentence in the video itself, but the sentiment may be there, right? I don't know. It's kind of just a sensation that I feel, right? So it's less pure, I guess. I don't know. This is what that part of the interview made me think about. So yeah, if you reached the end of the video, feel free to watch any of my videos, go to my channel and look up whatever you think is interesting. I have uploaded a couple of things recently. And feel free to watch this. I'm going to leave this one in the end card. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know where it goes. But yeah, feel free to watch this podcast as well. It probably is interesting if you want to know more about Visa, for example. Instead of knowing about me, learn about him. Bye.